Hey, Dad. So everybody wants to know, this is Panthers Oilers in the finals rematch part 2. So
I'm still sticking with Edmonton.
You are?
Yeah. And what do you do, Del? You're.
I think Florida. Yeah, I think they'll just play too dirty and mean.
And you're sticking.
I just the reason I know we should be picking Edmonton, but if I go Bobrovsky versus Skinner in a 7-game series, I'm going with Bobrovsky.
Well,
so,
I don't know. He's pretty good though.
Skinner's playing just as good now.
Yeah, Skinner's playing just as good. Whether he'll do it in the finals, we'll see.
But I'll tell you one thing though. They're not going to push Edmonton around like they push Toronto around and they push Carolina around.
No, they get third and fourth line. Yeah,
Kane will make sure of that.
They'll make sure of that.
And you were saying, Dally goes, what if they do something dirty to Edmonton's goalie? I said, Corey Perry will have no problem going down and doing the exact same thing. So, like, if you want to play dirty, well, him and Marchand.
That's my style. That's his style. So
it'd be interesting, though. Do you think it went 7 games and Panthers won 2-1 in Florida. Now it's in Edmonton.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to see.
So Game 5, Dallas and poor Pete DeBoer.
Two shots, 2 goals. I could even beat that. And was in St. Louis, and the guy shot from center ice and scored.
Scored.
And Bill what the heck was his name? Olachuk. Olachuk was in net, and I pulled him with 1 goal.
One shot.
One shot, 1 goal, and went in, and boy was he mad.
Yeah. Well, I think I remember you said the shots were like something like 12 or 15 to nothing. It was 0-0, and they scored from center ice.
Yeah, and they scored from center ice. Center ice, Del, you were a goaltender.
I pulled myself at that point. I deserved to be taken out.
And we had a pretty good team.
Yeah, you were on your way. Like we said the other day, I think the guys kind of realized we want to go to New Jersey, and they literally, they didn't even apply. They just went in one night with their trucks, got all the equipment, got all the sticks, got all the stuff, put it in, because the guy owned a trucking company, right? Yeah. Arthur Imperatore owned a trucking company, and just shipped it and said, we're playing it in New Jersey next year. And they kind of went, well, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, that.
But we would have had to sell out the last game.
Yeah, last game. Well, I think the crowd went up. We were averaging over 12 or 13,000 a game or something like that. But then you went the other way, Dad. You had a goalie, Hardy Ashram, who wanted to get pulled, and you said no.
No. And it was in New York. I'll never forget this. It was 6-0, and he wanted to get out. And I said, not a chance. I said, Kevin Morrison, I called him over. I said, when he goes to bail, you push him back in the net. And he wanted to bail.
Yep.
And no way.
Kevin Morrison pushed him back in?
Yeah, he pushed him back in the net. And I knew my fate was sealed.
Yeah.
Because they had all the...
Well, like all the owners and everything were there. Yeah, that was funny. Well, I felt bad for Pete DeBoer, but again, 2 kind of iffy goals, 2 shots.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
I know that the DeBoer is getting a lot of heat. It goes with the territory.